All right. Well, this has been an absolute pleasure. I'm going to get your address to send you some HSL swag for coming on the show. Hope to see you
Oh, I
repping
played
it.
on second base. That's the most
So you
egregious
were.
position in the league. You know how there's
Is
four
that short center
infielders?
field?
Shortstop, second, on second base.
Dovi, I'm ashamed to admit, since you've been knocking softball the whole time, that we have that position. He doesn't stand on second base, but
But you have
we
four
call it short.
outfielders?
Yeah, we have four outfielders.
Yeah,
So
it's
they,
10 players.
depending
10
on the
players.
batter, they move around. The power hitters, they do four in the outfield. The less powerful,
Do you guys have like, do your outfielders have like those lineup cards? You know, like Judge like after like checks the card. Like, do they have lineup cards to know like?
not quite a lineup card. It's posted in a WhatsApp. Oh, Avi, actually, when I was on your team and I used to bring the marker board, people really liked that. Actually, I have a marker board and we'd hang it up on the dugout so people could refer to it. People
Gobi,
always.
I'm telling
You
you,
know,
people, you have 55-year-old men on the softball field who take the games more serious than their job of being a lawyer, an accountant, an actuary. It's extremely, especially the
that
higher.
doesn't
We have,
surprise
we
me.
have a bunch of level leagues. The higher level league, Dobie, it's super intense. Like
What I want to
it's
do is, do you know the Instagram TikTok account Trev Chirps?
Yeah. Do you like
One
that
of my
kind of humor?
Love that guy. One of my favorite accounts of all time. The guy. So I want to go to HSL games and do like Jewish Trev Chirps.
Oh, really? It's one of your favorite accounts.
Hey
It's
Schwartzstein! I hope your
you know
Tolson scissors get wrapped up and you can't untie them.
what do you think about that is so funny? I find it so cringy. I don't know what it
Oh, I'm
is.
upset. I think it's the funniest thing in the world. He's because they're all so relatable, like the insults and like and it's like how do you think of that?
Dave, I'm picturing Steve Pollen on the mound, super locked in, and Dobie shouting from behind the dugout. Oh man, what a
No, but I
scene
would
that
only
would
come with the
be.
choir behind me, and then like everyone goes, "You bum."
You bum, yeah, you bum,
Maybe we like
you
change it
bum.
to like "You shaggots."
That's a great bit with the set. Oh, that's who you're referring to with the Giants. That's
He
Yeah,
does a lot of teams. He
oh.
goes to a
yeah.
lot of
No.
games.
I didn't put name to video. I
I'll
love
go
that
like,
guy. It's
"Hey
awesome.
Randall, I heard you reply all the company emails by accident."
Yeah,
So it would
yeah,
be
yeah.
like, hey, I heard you only wear. I heard you. I'm not the comedian. I'm not going to try. Dovi, what's your insult? What's your insult when you're at your HSL game?
Oh, I need to think. I would have to like go to a Google Doc and write them down. But
Is that how you do? Is that how you do most of your stuff? By the way, it's pen to paper, or
yeah,
is
like
it
my stand most of my
via
stand up
the
stuff's not
notes?
online, but stand up is yeah mostly
You keep your stand-up stuff hidden. You
most
don't
of it.
post
Yeah,
a lot of it. That's because you want people to pay to hire you. Is that the idea?
yeah. Well, the idea is there's like a certain there's like a what's it called? There's like a
Yeshivas?
there's a system to like the stand up like you're writing and interchanging and perfecting like an hour worth of material over the course of let's say 2 years, or your first one probably much longer than that. Then you want to release like a very polished, like long form video that gets chopped up into different ones, and then you need to write a new hour because it's out there. So
Uh,
uh,
how's the wrong floor going so far?
that's done. That was done for a
Oh,
while.
you're
We did
closing
two
up
shows.
shop.
It was like being opened by like the hotel was hiring me to open it, and I don't know. I,
Hasidim.
don't- I just like someone like some sort of bureaucracy at the top. I just got a message like we're canning this, which
That's a shame.
yeah, but it's like giving me more time to do, just like invest in my own brand, which is good. So
Hmm.
thank God I'm booked right now. Like
I
I
see
just
that
started,
every
I
show
literally
webs.
started November and December to like the last week in December. So
Yeah, every shul right now has a flyer. Come see us. I'm on Instagram. They just feed it to me. You're at West Hempstead PTA. You're at Young Israel of Great Neck. You're at I don't know, somewhere in
yeah, I'm gonna
Westchester.
Great
It's
Neck this
like
Saturday night.
uh,
Let me let's see what kind of shows I have upcoming.
Dobie, plug your
I just
stuff
got back
here.
from Philly. We did our first college campus show with Algeminer and my Young Israel. Then I'm in LA, something private. The Hank. I have Hank and Ida Crown back to back.
Chicago.
November 8th and 9th. That sounds like a Sarachek matchup.
Yeah, I was gonna
New York
say.
Comedy.
I was gonna
I'm
say.
opening for Talia Reese in New York Comedy Festival on the 15th. Then of November. Then I'm in Boston again for Algeminer the 20th, and Chai Lifeline in Miami 22nd. Toronto the 26th. So busy. Thank God.
Busy. Do any gigs excite you these days?
They all excite me. in different ways.
Really, every single one.
Some Sheva Brachos are very difficult. Separate seated Sheva Brachos don't excite me. I mean, separate seated Sheva Brachos never excited me, even when I wasn't a comedian for obvious reasons. But no, I've had some great separate seated Sheva Brachos actually. Also, they're very hard, so I'm always nervous about them. I mean, like there's obviously levels like nothing's like a comedy club. Packed comedy club is just like energy, like they have it down to science. Is going to be like more exciting than, you know, like a usually a shul. Although I've had some very good shul gigs recently. I did New Rochelle was awesome. And I had some great shows in the Catskills over the summer also. So
Yeah, Modi got a big kick out of those. It was so interesting to listen to that podcast where you're talking about specific bungalow colonies. I haven't been to a bungalow colony in so many years. And he brought up like the casino, the concept of a casino, which it was such a blast from my past. But then
we didn't even get into Willow Woods. You want to talk about adults taking sports too seriously? Did you guys cover the Willow Woods?
Is that OBBL?
No.
Orthodox Bungalow Baseball. What's Willow Woods?
Willow Woods is a bungalow colony.
Willow Woods is a bungalow colony that had a massive brawl this summer.
It was probably OBBL. OBBL is the Orthodox Bungalow Baseball.
Like tennis match. It wasn't like a league.
Oh.
But I just
Dave,
saw
Willow Woods and West Park where Sach goes. Those are like the two there's a couple new ones open up, but those are like the two how do you describe it, Dovi? Those are the two
Spitzy?
Yeah, they're like the king of the crop when it comes to
there's a new one every year. They just need more and more.
Yeah, there's another new one, I forgot the name. Also like right off of Willow Woods.
Regency?
A smaller one. Which one?
Regency?
Oh no, Regency's been around for a while. Regency's also very hush, but they're not a Willow Woods or a West Park. Willow Woods and West Park are like the two. The Michael Jordan.
Speaking of Sach,
I always thought Luxor was like the Yankees of bungalow colonies.
Oh, Luxor's very chashuv. It's not like spit. What's spitz? It's like very chashuv. It's very fancy. Willow Woods and West Park are like if you're super cool and wealthy and like have the money and you're also like really popular. You're going to Willow Woods or West Park. That's like the.
Speaking of Sach, when he found out you were coming on, Dovi, he said, "Good luck keeping up with Neuburger. He's very talented and quick," which is very high praise if you know this guy because he is a bright guy. He's a lawyer. He's
that.
Yeah. Oh, you took that compliment.
None of my siblings
really well. That's funny. So anyway, what I was just saying with Modi was it was interesting to hear him reminisce about these casinos that he was, in the bungalow kind, like remembering the layout. And he hasn't been there in a couple of decades. And like you're like hockey
in decades.
They don't change the layout. Oh, really? It was just really interesting listen. Have you guys considered doing a recurring podcast together? It'd be interesting.
I don't know.
He has his own podcast. No,
he has a podcast. He had Dovi on 3 times, and I'm not a devotee of Modi. I actually got introduced to him more through Dovi in the last couple of days. Very funny Modi. The people in the comments were like, "Dovi's the best guest that Modi has. You should have him on every time." It was interesting.
Oh, I don't know that's actually funny. It's funny because like a lot of frum people watch it, and I think that's why like it gets a lot of views. But like some of the guests he has are like world famous, like generational comics. I think it's funny. Like I like my first episode, I think did like 20K on YouTube, maybe more, like more on Spotify and everything, and like. Right after me or right before me, he has Dave Attell on, who's just like one of the most like legendary like comedy seller comics, and he got like 2,000 views. It's just like funny how these things work.
Well, maybe you're kind of a big deal.
Dave, I'm getting excited about what our view count's going to be. Dovi, you think you could break the all-time record for the most views we've ever gotten on our podcast?
What is it?
It's actually the Schwartz brothers. It doesn't really count. We had these Hasidic kids on with a huge WhatsApp following. We had like 1,100 views. That was our biggest. But the funny thing is, how
1.2 now. We're at 1.2 now.
I don't know if you use YouTube ever. You can see how long people are watching.
Did you say 1.2? That's not
1,000.
That's not what 1,200 is.
YouTube writes it. I think YouTube writes it that way. YouTube has
1.2.
Oh, 1.2.
We're not in your Madriga, so we're dealing with different metrics.
Either.
1.2 is what? Is 1,200,000?
That's usually what people mean when they say 1.2. That's usually how people don't usually put it that.
If you ask someone how much money he makes a year and he says 1.2, I hope it's not $1,200.
Okay. Incredibly, so Avi started to tell the story before we didn't finish. There's this guy, this enigmatic pitcher who I texted him to come on our pod.
It was a great story. It was relevant to what Dovi was saying.
he was drunk on a plane, and he agreed to come on. And then when we had him on the pod, he's like, I only agreed because I was like 4 tequilas in, like 20 minutes into my flight. So he, interestingly, is our most viewed at like, what are we at, 600-700 with him?
750, I think, outside of the Schwartz brothers. Yeah.
So we have a very niche, we have a very niche podcast, but we have devoted listeners, which is unbelievable. We love it.
Dovi, Dovi, do you know who Frank the Tank is from Barstool Sports? We had Frank the Tank on. That was a good podcast. He was good. He did one of his biting the thing for like 12 seconds. That went pretty viral in that clip. We clipped that.
What does went pretty viral mean? It was getting forwarded. It was getting forwarded many times on WhatsApp. It got forwarded many times.
Do you guys make clips from this?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
Riverside does it very well. Riverside handles it.
We like to say we get 100 to 200 to 300, let's say, views per podcast, but they're super dedicated, consistent, obsessive views. It's not like most of our views are people who are watching a large chunk of our podcast. It's not like when we get to the 1.2, the 1,000, 1,200 type, then you're dealing with a lot of people who are tuning in for 12 seconds and tweeting off. But we have our consistent 1 to 300 people every single podcast are basically watching.
How do you do your video edits, Dovi? The content that you make where you have the different pictures popping in the middle. You have somebody doing that for you yet?
The bad ones I do myself. The good ones are other.
Right.
Last night I actually posted one of the new editors. Like that was amazing. Unfortunately, I posted my address in the video, so I had to take it down and repost it. And I didn't do it.
Wow, that's rough.
Maybe you guys will look at it and repost it. Help the algorithm a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully.
I don't know if algorithms for a while, then we got burnt out of it. We posted clips of all the big highlights from our different sports leagues.
We're doing YouTube Shorts, and it was weird. Some of our YouTube Shorts were getting like 10,000 views on it, but then it stopped. Yeah, it was weird. It was weird. I didn't really understand it. The algorithm, if they decide, if you have a 3-point shoot, a nice 3-point shot, and you have somebody mindlessly scrolling through basketball,
what you really need is what's perfect for you need guys in yarmulkes, and you need just one anti-Semite with a big account to comment this jump shot was promised him 3,000 years ago. Every clip will go viral. That's the only way. These Jewish sports, any Jewish kid hitting a three is just
it's funny. We're not really trying to go viral though. We do it mostly for the internal. We call it internal marketing. And your people are excited to hear from you. They like to see us talk to well-known people. Maybe we should do more of it. But thanks so much, Dovi. Thanks for your time. I know you said 45 minutes. We only burned an extra 30.
All good.
All good. Okay, thanks so much.
Dovi, appreciate it.
It says 82% uploading. Is that